Kumechacha.
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 Kumechacha Grace.
Kumechacha.
Kumechacha, I tell you this week, Kumechacha rest.
Kumechacha. Hello everyone, welcome to Kumechacha, your Saturday African Diaspora breakfast show. But we don't just do breakfast, we do out and about, showing you the sights and the sounds of the diaspora.
Yes.
And today we are in Philadelphia and we are standing right in front of the Legacy Mural right behind us, Grace.
Yes, what a beautiful mural in the background.
Yeah.
And we are at the parking of Liberty Bell and Independence Mall. So if you need free parking to the Liberty Bell and Independence Mall, this is where to park your car in great convenience.
Yes, and it's a beautiful place to park your car in, There's such a great history around this particular mural. As you know, Philadelphia is one of the cities with the most murals in the world, and it's always a pleasure that we walk around and explore and share some of them with you. The city is bustling, people are cleaning streets, people walking around.
I can smell the authentic Mexican cuisine.
Let us show you the Mexican cuisine.
Wow, look at the Mexican cuisine right across the street.
Oh,
the smell is sizzling, tantalizing. Oh, my stomach.
Oh, my stomach. Yeah. So we want to tell you a little bit about the Legacy Mural. As you can see right up here for us, the Legacy Mural was created by Mural Arts Philadelphia, and it is a mural that was created to honor the history of slavery and some of the things that are continuing to happen, and to lend a voice to some of the history of slavery, the impact it has had on the American society, and to acknowledge that there's resilience and success and growth that can happen. And it also highlights the main key figures during that time, namely Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and was instrumental in the abolition of slavery in, I think, the 1800s, during the American Civil War.
And also Frederick Douglass, who escaped from slavery in Maryland and came and started the abolitionist movement. He's also a great, known as a great orator. And we see the murals around there. And Grace, this background is really, really powerful because I see the map of Africa at the far corner, and it shows how the slaves on the ship looked through the wooden planks to see how they were being stripped away from their motherland. And when you come to America, you see the Africans of Americans, or Black Americans as they call them, of African descent, and they look just like us. Some of them here look like my uncle, and I'm like, how did you get in America?
They look like Lunjes.
They look like Luyas, Kikuyus, Kambas, Pakots.
It's family.
And they're African Americans. The only language they speak is English. The only language they speak is what the white man gave them. They stripped them of their names, they stripped them of their dignity, and gave them new names. So they don't have names like a Diambo, a Tiena, no.
But I think the most powerful part of this is, like, if you look behind this mural, like, there's a lady between, you see the three pendants that you see.
The lady in blue. The lady in blue.
The lady in blue. At the core of that pendant is a lady.
The lady in blue.
But this is really important, It's because it's the story of resilience of African people, Even people, we have to acknowledge that Black Americans are people of African diaspora, right? Through different histories, they're still part of the African experience.
They are the diaspora.
And the history of resilience, and you see the lady holding a flame, right? Blue flame that speaks of a renewal, resilience, And I think it's just a really powerful image that amid all this, like the Holocaust that happened on the African continent, what happened to people, Africans who were put into slavery, and the types of resilience have had to be up until today, even among the racial discrimination and all the issues that are happening around the US right now. It's a beautiful time to reflect, and a beautiful mural to sit and reflect upon the work that has been done in 1865 all the way to 2018 and still needs to continue.
Yes, and Grace, this touches us personally because when you come here as a Kenyan, as a Ugandan, as an African from Africa, one question they will ask you is, why did you sell us as slaves? And you have to be ready, you have to know your history, you have to be ready with answers, because you are seen as a symbol of that slavery. You're seen as a symbol of the betrayer, of the traitor, of the person who sold their own family children to the white man for money, for 30 pieces of silver.
And I can imagine that can be, for some people,
traumatizing.
It's traumatizing. So I think this is an opportunity for us to bridge gaps, to communicate and to open windows. We saw, the Africa mural were created by people who are actually in prison. They took their time to create mural in prison at Greater Ford to bring this and make it as part of the history, because there's mass incarceration that happens here. People are in prison just like cattle. You know, so it's continuing conversation, and we are socially conscious, we are activists.
Yes.
We have to show you like the active work that we are participating in and changing. We change the world that we live in. Yes. We have the opportunity to make a change. Amid shootings in Pittsburgh, we send our condolences. You know, immigrants and refugees, you know, need to open up, talk about their rights, report, be aware of your surroundings, and be, you know, be an activist.
Yes, and as you come around here, as you come to this country, we as Africans, please reach out to that African American or American of African descent. They're our brothers and sisters.
And even not even American, but they're Caribbeans.
The Caribbeans, the Jamaicans. You know, let us talk to our sisters and brothers. They are indeed our blood. And we cannot steer away from this conversation of slavery and the impact, because this impacts on how we live every day. This impacts on how we are struggling to come in here as undocumented individuals and also to get our citizenship and the freedoms that we get by being citizens here, and which we should not take for granted.
And these were freedoms that were fought for by people who were here before us. The people that fought for civil rights were mainly African Americans, although especially when it came for time for independence, we acknowledge that a lot of our earlier leaders came to the US, spoke with Martin Luther King and people who are championing their own rights here. So we have to know that our histories and our futures are connected, and it's a beautiful thing.
They are. So Grace, this Saturday, don't forget, which is in a few hours, Saturday 11 a.m. EST, Kenyan 6 o'clock evening.
Kenya time. I think it's -4 GMT, so if you're in London, do that calculation.
-4 GMT, hesabu ngumu. Please join us for Kumechacha Diaspora African Breakfast, because Kumechacha, last Saturday we had 1,000 boys, Kisumu boys, the young men who grow up and remain small in size, and we enjoyed it. We had wet fry omena. This Saturday we have a surprise for you.
I'm telling
you. Come join our table. Kutachacha, Grace Kutachacha. I feel the appetite.
Kumechacha, Kumechacha, Kumechacha.